Hi, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Lexie, and for those who do, welcome back. So I'm going to do a thing that I have never done. I am going to do a review of a book, but it's like a reaction video, except I'm reading it. I am reading the book I'm reacting to. It's called Geekerella by Ashley Poston. I think Poston? I don't know. This actually came out last year, 2017. And I found this in a secondhand bookshop, my local secondhand bookshop. And I saw Geekerella and I was like, mine. I turned to the inside page, and as soon as I heard, when geek girl Ella Whittemore sees a cosplay contest, that pretty much sealed my fate. This is freaking, sorry for my cat meowing at me. What is it, kitten? Oh, they want salad or something. Anyway. So, yeah. This is the front of the book. Get the food truck and the cute little Dutch hound right there. Can't really see it, but he's adorable. This is the back of the book. I read like a couple pages in, and then I'm like, okay, this is too good for me not to share. So I'm gonna read the intro for you. Anything can happen once upon a con. When geek girl Ella Whittemore sees a cosplay contest sponsored by the producers of Star Trek, she has to enter. First prize is an invitation to the Excelsior cosplay ball and meet and greet with the actor slated to play Federation Prince Carminder in the reboot. Sorry, words. Elle's been scraping together tips from her gig at the Magic Pumpkin food truck behind her stepmother's back, and winning this contest could be her ticket out once and for all. Not to mention a fangirl's dream come true. Teen actor Darian Freeman, I'm guessing it's this guy right here, is less than thrilled about this year's Excelsior. I think I pronounced that right. He used to live for conventions, but now they're nothing but jaw-aching photo sessions and awkward meet and greets. Playing Federation Prince Carminder is all he ever wanted, but the die-hard Starfield fandom has already dismissed him as just another heartthrob. The Excelsior draws near, and closet nerd Darian feels more and more like a fake, until he meets a girl who shows him otherwise. Part romance, part love letter to nerd culture, and all totally adorbs. Geekerella is a fairy tale for anyone who believes in the magic of fandom. Ooh. There's a thing on the inside. I'm guessing this is the stepmother and the stepsisters. Yeah, the selfie stick. That's a little disconcerting. Anyway, yeah, it's totally not Star Trek. Not at all. I mean, it's totally not obvious or anything. Okay, next two. Geekerella novel. To the Fellowship. Here's to many more great adventures. Part 1. Look to the stars. As a black nebula swallowed each world in darkness, stories are told of a single spark of light blazing brighter than a star that gave people hope when all hope was lost. This is the story of the starship Prospero, and this is Final Flight. Look to the stars, aim, ignite. Ending monologue, Starfield, episode 54. L. The stepmonster is out again. Bleh. Words, I'm so sorry, let me try that again. The stepmonster is at it again. Raffles, discount coupons, and magazine sweepstakes lay strewn across the kitchen table. My stepmom sits straight back in one of the creaky wooden chairs, delicately cutting out another coupon. Dyed blonde hair piled on top of her head in perfect ringlets. Lipstick the color of men's heartblood. Her white blouse is spotless, her dark pencil skirt is neatly ironed. She must have a meeting with a potential client today. Sweetie, a little faster this morning. She snapped her fingers for me to hurry up. I shuffle over to the counter and pry open the coffee tin. The smell is strong and cheap, the only kind I was raised on. Which is all the better. seeing as we can't afford expensive coffee, although I know that never stops the stepmonster from ordering her double-shot dirty chai soy latte, no whip, every morning, and charging it to one of her dozens of credit cards. Catherine, my stepmom, picks up another magazine to cut. No carbs this morning. I'm feeling bloated, and I have a meeting with a couple this afternoon. Big wedding plans. She's a debutante, if you could believe that. In Charleston? I can believe it. Everyone's either a debutante, a daughter of the Confederacy, or a politician's kid. Thornhill or Fishburne or Van Noy or Pickney or a handful of old Charlestonian names. And I couldn't care less. I dumped 2 scoops of coffee into the machine, plus 1 extra one for good measure. It feels like a 3-scoop kind of day. Maybe adding more caffeine to their morning will get my stepmother and the twins out before 9. That's not too much to wish for, is it? I glance up at the clock in the microwave. 8:24 a.m. Unless the twins start moving at warp speed, I'll be cutting it real close. I say a silent prayer to the Lord of Light or Q or whoever is listening. Please, for once, let the stepmonster and the twins leave the house on time. Starfield history would be made today at 9 a.m. sharp on Hello America, and I won't miss it. I refuse. Finally, after years of delays and director changes and distribution snaffles, the movie is happening. A reboot, but beggars can't be choosers. And today, they're making the long-awaited announcement of official film platform. The lead actors, the plot, everything. I've missed Starfield marathons and midnight re-releases of the final episode in theaters and convention appearances because of Catherine and the twins. But I am not missing this. They want to say their vows under the magnolia tree at Boone Hall Plantation, Catherine goes on. You know, ever since Ryan Reynolds and his wife got married there, that place is always booked. Catherine is a wedding planner. I've watched her spend entire weekends hand-sewing sequins onto table toppers and hand-pressing invitations at the print shop downtown. The way she plans a venue, down to the type of cloth on the tables and the color in the flowers in the vases, making every wedding gown look like a magical land of unicorns. You'd think that she does this because of her own happily ever after cut short, but that's a lie. She wants her weddings in vogue and in style, the kind you Instagram and Pinterest 100 times over. She wants the renown of it. And she sunk all of Dad's life insurance payout into her business. Well, her business and everything she claims is essential to her image. I want to at least look like I shop at Tiffany's, she says, talking more to herself than to me. Also, a little warning, I do mess up sometimes. I am sorry about this. But you know, I'm not perfect. Although I might look like one. Or it. See? Words. Words are difficult. Anyway. It's the same spiel again and again. How she used to shop at Tiffany's. How she used to attend galas at the Boone Hall Plantation. How she used to be happily married with 2 wonderful daughters. She never mentions me, her stepdaughter. Catherine finishes cutting her coupon with a sigh. But that was all before your father left me and the twins here in this dreadful little house. And there it is. Like it's my fault that she's blown all of her savings. Like it's Dad's fault. I take out Dad's Starfield mug, the only thing left of his in our house, and pour myself a cup of coffee. Outside, the neighbor's dog begins to bark at a passing track-suited jogger. We live on the outskirts of a famous historical district. The house, not quite old enough to be a tourist attraction, but not new enough to be renovated. Not that we could ever afford it anyway. 2 streets over and you run into a college of Charleston. Our house was one of the last ones left after Hurricane Hugo decimated the coast of South Carolina before I was born. The house has its leaks, but all good and old things do. I've lived here my whole life. I don't know anything else. Catherine absolutely hates it. The coffee is rich, and the smell is rich and nutty. I take a sip, and I almost melt. It's heaven. Catherine clears her throat, and I pour coffee into her favorite mug, white with pink flowers. 2 sugars, the only sweetness she splurges on each day, lightly stirred with 3 ice cubes. She takes it without even looking up from her magazine. Then, when the neighbor's dog lets out a sharp howl, she sets down her cup. You would think dogs would learn when to shut up. Giorgio has enough on his plate without that dog barking. Catherine likes to pretend she's on a first-name basis with everyone, but especially people she deems important. Mr. Ramirez, Giorgio, is a banker, which means he has a lot of money, which means he's an influential part of the country club, which means he's important. If it doesn't shut up soon, she goes on in that cool, detached voice of hers, I'll muzzle it myself. His name's Franco, I remind her, and he doesn't like being tied up. Well, we all must get used to disappointment, she replies, and takes another sip of her coffee. Her blood-colored lips turn into a scowl and shoves the mug back at me. Too bitter. Try again. Begrudgingly, I put in another cube of ice to water it down. She takes the coffee and tries another sip. It must be sufficiently soulless because she sets it down beside her on a stack of coupons and goes back to scanning the gossip column in her magazine. Well, she prods. I hesitate, looking from her coffee to her, wondering if I've forgotten something. I've been doing this for 7 years. I don't think I'm missing anything. Outside, the dog gives a pitiful howl. Oh. She raises a pencil-thin eyebrow. How am I supposed to have a calm morning with that racket? She goes on in that overworked, all-knowing voice of hers. If Robin was still here. I glance back at her. I open my mouth, begin to say that I miss Dad too. I want him here too. But something stops me. Or I stop myself. I blame it on the lack of coffee. One sip doesn't give you the instant courage a cup does. Besides, I'm not trying to make Catherine mad. I'm trying to get her caffeinated, placated, and out the door. She flips the page in her magazine and picks up the scissors again to cut out a coupon for a winter coat. It's June. In South Carolina. But then Catherine clears her throat. Danielle, do something about... Wait, hold on. Do something to get that mutt to quiet down. But now... Catherine says, flicking her hand for me to hurry up. Sure, my queen, I mutter under my breath. While Catherine puts down her coupons and picks up an article about Jessica Stone's latest red carpet look, I slipped last night's steak tips out of the fridge and hurry through the back door. Poor Franco sits in the mud outside his doghouse, thumping his tail in a puddle. He looks at me through a broken slat in the fence, a muddy brown Dutch hound in a dirty red collar. Oh, it's this one, I believe. No, wait, wrong side. It's this one. Sorry. Oops. So that's Franco. He's a cutie. It rained last night and his doghouse flooded, just like I told Giorgio it would. Mr. Ramirez bought Franco home a few weeks ago after he married his second ex-wife. I guess as a dry run for not having kids. I guess a dry run for having a kid. But since it... Can I help you? Yeah, that's Pirate, my kitty. But since his divorce a few years ago, he's pretty much lives at work. So Franco is this forgotten idea that never panned out, with the flooded doghouse to prove it. At least the poor Frank can float. I slide the container through the slat and rub the dog behind the ears, slathering my fingertips in mud. You're a good boy, yes you are. Once I save up enough, I'll spring the both of us out of here. What'd you think of that, co-pilot? His tail pat-pats excitedly in the mud. I'll even get us matching sunglasses, the whole 9 yards. Franco's tongue lolls out of the side of his mouth in agreement. Maybe they don't even make doggy sunglasses, but for a while I've had this picture in my head. Me and Franco crammed into a beat-up car, heading out on the only highway out of town, wearing sunglasses of course, and heading straight for LA. As someone who's been to LA, it's really not all that great. Very smoggy. Ever since I can remember, my fingers have itched to make things, to write. I've filled journals, finished fanfics, escaped again and again into the pages of someone else's life. If Dad was right, if I could do anything, be anyone, I would make a show like Starfield and tell other weird kids that they aren't alone. And after next year, my senior year, I'm going to do it. Or start to. Study screenwriting. Write scripts. I've already got a portfolio. Sort of. Right now, I satisfy my need to write by blogging on my site, Rebel Gunner, where I cover the one thing I know for certain, Starfield. That and the money I'm scraping together from my job at the food truck are gonna be my ticket out of here. One day. Danielle! My stepmom screeches from the kitchen window. I push the steak tips under the fence and Franco dives headfirst into the bowl. Maybe I don't have to be in a first boy, I whisper, because for now, my home is here. This place is too full of memories to leave, even if I wanted to. Dad technically left the house to me, but Catherine's in charge of it while I'm still a minor. So until then, Danielle! Until then, I'm here with my stepmother and her daughters. All right, I'm coming! With one last scratch behind Frank's ear, I say goodbye, make a mental note to return later for the dish, and dart back into the kitchen. Girls! Catherine calls again, slinging a Gucci purse over her shoulder. Hurry up or you'll be late for Mr. Craig's lesson! Girls! Girls! You better be awake or so help me out! Her footsteps thud up to their room, and I glance at the clock. 8:36. There's no way they'll be out of here in time. Not unless I speed things along. Begrudgingly, I assemble kale and strawberries and almond milk to fix the twins' morning smoothies. Catherine has, of course, left her magazine splayed on the counter, so Darian Freeman's face is grinning up at me. My lips curl into a sneer. There were rumors that he had signed on to the new Starfield remake, but that's about as big of a joke as saying Carmender. I need to remember that. It's about as big of a joke as saying Carmender would be playing by a pug riding a skateboard. You don't put a soap opera star in charge of an entire galaxy. Ugh. Excuse you. Sorry, my dog. Ugh. I press blend and try not to think about it. Upstairs, there are muffled thumps as Catherine drags the twins out of bed. This happens every morning, like clockwork. My summertime morning routine goes like this. Wake up, coffee, Let me try that again. Wake up, coffee, extra scoop on Mondays. Catherine stoops over the morning papers, cutting out coupons, lingers too long on purses and pretty dresses, says something passive-aggressive about her old life, orders me to fix breakfast. Instead, I feed the Frank. Catherine goes upstairs to yell at the twins for forgetting to set their alarms. I still don't fix breakfast. 10 minutes later, the twins are fighting over the shower, and Catherine reminds me that she is the one with the deed to the house, Danielle, and unless I want her to cash in the place for a luxury condo, as if this house would go. Sorry. And unless I want her to cash in this place for a luxury condo, as if this house would ever get that much, I had better fix breakfast. So I blend up their Grinch vomit, the twins grab their matching tumblers, and Catherine shoves them out the door for tennis lessons. The rest of my day is never much better. I'll be 5 minutes late to work, but my coworker Sage, the food truck driver's owner's daughter, is too engrossed in her Harajuku fashion magazines to even notice. Then it's 8 hours into the Magic Pumpkin, doling out healthy food truck footers to bankers in tight business suits and soccer moms with babies bouncing on their hips. Then I'm elbowing my way through the supermarket armed with coupons that make the cashier roll her eyes when I get in line. Everyone hates coupons. Okay, pause. That is not true. I work in a restaurant and I lose my mind when someone comes in with a whole bunch of coupons. I don't know why. That's actually probably really weird, but I don't know why. I really like coupons. Then home again for a family dinner made by me. Cue the twins' mean comments about my cooking, then their disappearance upstairs to film a beauty vlog about the perfect cat eye or best eyeshadow pairing with ruby lips or whatever. Then dishes, leftovers, one last check on Franco, and bed. Well, sorta. Then late night reruns of Starfield on my dad's boxy TV in the corner of my room. Maybe I write a blog post about the episode, as if I'm feeling inspired. Check all my Stargunner fan sites for news. I fall asleep under Federation Prince's voice. Look to the stars. Aim. Ignite. The next morning, I wake up and we do everything all over again. But this time, plot twist! I get to work on time. Maybe Sage actually talks to me for once. Maybe the twins are nice. Maybe someone stuffs 2 airplane tickets to LA into the tip jar. Maybe I write a love letter to episode 43 instead of criticizing the integrity of the characters as the colony blows up. Maybe I dream about Dad. The blender growls as though it's in pain. I let it rest and shake the kale smoothie into 2 separate tumblers, nervously glancing at the microwave clock. 8:41 a.m. After sliding the twins' breakfast across the counter like the seasoned food service employee I am, I root around in the cabinet for the jar of peanut butter. I root around in the cabinet for the jar of peanut butter that I tucked away last night. I protect my peanut butter like Smeagol protects the One Ring. Mine, precious. No matter what diet we are on as a household. Right now, Catherine's on a paleo kick. But last month, it was raw foods. Before that, South Beach. Or was it Atkins? Something with bacon. Next week will be low fat or low salt or whatever she's craving. Whatever food she can make me by threatening to sell this house. Dad's house. I scrape out the last bit of peanut butter from the bottom of the jar, savoring its taste on my tongue. I take my victories wherever I can get them. Upstairs, the shower turns off with a groaning of pipes. Finally! The twins are taking their sweet time this morning. Usually they enjoy tennis practice in the country club because their friends are always there. It's the hangout spot if you're popular and rich. As for me, Catherine's always not so subtly insisting that the only thing I'm fit for at the club is toting someone's golf clubs. I dispose of the peanut butter jar in the garbage and check my indestructible brick phone, which I inherited after Dad died. Another grand idea from the stepmonster. Another way to save the money we barely have. The twins are allowed to buy new ones, but if I wanted a phone, I had to take what I could find in the house. It's huge. You could practically fend off a ship full of reavers with it. But at least it tells the time. 8:43 a.m. Can't they leave any sooner? Just once be out the door by 9. They're upstairs, but Chloe's nasally voice can be heard as clear as a bell. But Mom, Darian Freeman's going to be on TV this morning. I will not miss that. My heart sinks. If Chloe commandeers the TV, there's no way I'll get to watch Hello America. We can be a few minutes late, echoes Calliope. Cal sides in with Chloe on everything. They're the same age as I am, rising seniors, but we might as well be on different planets. Chloe and Calliope are starters for the varsity tennis team, organizers of the homecoming committee, prom leaders, and they don't mind using their popularity to remind everyone at school that I'm practically dirt. That without their family, I'd be an orphan. Thanks. Like I could forget that. We can't miss this, Chloe says. We have to watch it. The vlog about it, or everyone else will get their reactions up before us. And that would kill us, Mom. It would kill us. Sweeties, I'm paying for Mr. Craig a handsome tuition to teach you girls tennis. I am not wasting your varsity positions next year for the television program. Catherine descends the stairs and re-enters the kitchen, rustling through her purse. Danielle, have you seen my cell phone? I reach over on the counter and unhook it from the wall charger. Here it is. Now, why did you put it there? She takes the phone from me without a second glance and begins scrolling through her Facebook feed. Oh, she adds, and remember, tomorrow is... Yeah, I said, I know. Like I'd forget the day my own father died. Should I get orchids this year, or... Girls! Catherine yells, checking her watch. Get down here now! Fine! They trample down the stairs with their tennis whites and grab their smoothies from the counter. The twins are spitting images of Catherine. Light hair, hazel eyes, pouty heartbreaker lips. Chloe and my stepmom are cut from the same cloth, but Cal's cut a little different, a little quieter. I think that's because she takes after her own dad, who ran off with the girls who were young and married the daughter of some Atlantic City casino owner. Right now, they both have their blonde hair pulled back into tight ponytails, and they'd be impossible to tell apart if you didn't know that Calliope always matches her earrings to her purple glasses, and Chloe has a new nail color every day. Today, a sweet summer blue. Sometimes evil comes in disguise. This isn't fair! Why didn't Elle have to go to these stupid lessons? Chloe whines. Girls, my stepmother tisks, putting on a patient smile. Elle has to make do with the talents she does have. I try to ignore her as I grab my house keys from the bowl in the foyer. Foyer. Which one should we go with? Let's go with foyer. I like French. And put them in my satchel, pretending like I'm getting ready for work. Sometimes I think Catherine just forgets I'm in the room. You're going to ruin our career, Chloe accuses, sucking on her green smoothie. We need to be on top of this. Everyone else will be tweeting about it, Calliope adds. Okay, Sorry, my phone had a notification. Ever since we got 100,000 views on our Seaside Cove makeup tutorial, people expect us to be on our game. Girls! Catherine jabs a hot pink nail towards the door. $400 lessons. Now! Calliope rolls her eyes, grabs her purse from the rack in the foyer, and storms out the door into the red Miata. Another necessity for Catherine's image. Catherine glares at the remaining twin. If there is one thing Chloe can't stand up to, it's her mother's disapproval. She grabs her purse too, the exact same as Cal's has, except pink, and stomps out after her sister. I don't envy that right to practice. My stepmom gives one last victory fluff to her hair in the foyer mirror. Are you sure you don't want me to put in a good word for you at the club, Danielle? I'm sure they'd take you back even after your incident last year. You've learned, haven't you? To never trust a guy again? Sure. I put on a polite smile. No thanks. It's the best place for someone like you, you know. She shakes her head. You'll see I'm right in the end. With that, she closes the door. I'm gonna go plug my phone. Just give me 1 second. Okay. Oh, by the way, sorry for not doing, like South Carolina accents. I don't want to do it. Nope. I'm from Northern California, and while I can do a okay Southern accent, it's not very good, and I don't want to offend anyone, so I'm going to do my normal voice. Actually, there we go. I don't want to ruin my eyes. Where was I? With that, she closes the door. I wait until the Miata pulls out of the driveway before I dart into the living room and turn on the TV. 8:57. Perfect. The food truck's supposed to pick me up at 10 to head over to River Dogs baseball game across town, so I have plenty of time. For the next hour, I will be basking in perhaps the biggest news in Starfield history. This moment to end all moments, or maybe begin them. A new Starfield for a new generation. I like the possibility in that. Grabbing the remote from the coffee table, I sit down cross-legged in front of the 54-inch TV. The black screen flickers, and anticipation blooms in my chest. I wish Dad could be here to see this. I wish he could be sitting beside me. He'd be just as excited. No, he'd be more excited. But the reality is, I don't really have anyone to fangirl about this with. About who will finally don the Federation Star Wings and follow in the legendary footsteps of David Singh, the original Prince Commander. I've been blogging about it for months in my little corner of the world, but no one ever really reads it. Rebel Gunner is therapeutic, more like a journal. The closest I have to friends in the online gun. Why am I messing this up? The closest I have to friends is the online Star Gunner community, where everyone's been speculating about the casting. Maybe the guy from the latest Spider-Man movie? That'd be awesome. No, he's too sweet. Or maybe that cute Bollywood star who's in the Tumblr gift set. Whoever it is, they'd better not whitewash my prince. On the TV, Hello America is wrapping up a segment about pets doing goofy things on the internet. The host beams, then the camera cuts to the audience. It's full of girls. Lots of girls. And all of them are cheering, holding signs, wearing t-shirts with the same name scribbled across them. A name that makes the anticipation in my chest go cold and drop like an atomic bomb into my stomach. Darian Freeman. The girls throw up their hands to the camera, screaming his name. One person's name. Some look like they're going to literally swoon. I don't swoon. My excitement makes a U-turn into dread. No, this can't be right. I must have the wrong channel. I jab the remote info button. Hello America, the caption states, and I want nothing more than the black nebula to swallow me whole. What are the odds? What are the odds of him being on the same morning talk show? What are the odds of him being the guest appearance on the show that will announce the Starfield cast? But the host is smiling and says a few choice words, and suddenly all my fears come to light. The Starfield logo blazes across the screen behind her. This moment has become a train wreck I can't look away from. It's my entire fandom crashing into a burning, bubbling pit of despair. No, it's not him. It can't be him. Darian Freeman is not my Federation Prince Carminder. Carminder? I really need to look that up. Anyway, that is the end of chapter 1. Ooh, this is really good. We passed where I was a few pages ago. But holy Krasnods, that is actually really cool! And I'm really glad I took the time to get this book and read it for you guys. Let me know in the comments what you think. Please subscribe if you want to. You don't have to, but it would be really nice if you did, and click the little bell icon thingy so that way, you know, you can get notified. Sorry, words! For the next chapter, which I'll probably be recording right after this, but I want to take a break first. I might post them in rapid succession, or I might wait a week or so. Or maybe just every other day. I don't know. It depends on my work schedule and who's in the house and whatnot. Because I don't live by myself. No, I live with... I'm not going to tell you where I live. But still. I hope you come back. And I hope you liked my voices. And I hope you liked it. And if you didn't like me reading it, then I highly recommend you go and buy this book. Okay? Buy this book. This book is amazing so far. And I'm really excited about it. Anyway. Well, I hope you have a good day or night or whenever you're reading or watching or watching this video. I hope you have a good day or night or whatever time it is. Well, that is all for now. Guys, gals, and variations therein.